Hey, it's your friendly neighborhood puppy chaser. Topic for today, horse racing. You'll have to forgive me, I'm a little bit congested and my voice is kind of weird. The amount of abuse in the horse industry is astounding to say the least, and what's worse is it falls under generally accepted practices in the eyes of the law. It all comes down to greed, as racing has a substantial impact on the US economy. You likely recall my previous video on abuse in the horse industry. Well, I feel the need to be more detailed about this one, because so many just don't know what actually goes on behind the scenes. I spent one day at a racing barn, and I felt like vomiting, crying, and punching something all at once. What I witnessed was complete and total cruelty. The form of racing practiced at this barn is carting, or harness racing. Instead of riders backing the horses, drivers are pulled behind them in carts. What happens leading up to race day? Well, let me walk you through one day in horse hell. Every horse is in a 12 by 12 stall, just enough space to turn around and lie down. They get fed high sugar feed, which amps them up, making them jittery and spooky. Stalls are cleaned and the conveyor belt of a process begins. Horses are cross-tied in their stalls to be harnessed. There are pacing hobbles which connect their front leg to the rear leg on both sides. Now, these hobbles are known to cause burns on their legs as they run, but we put ointment on them 'cause we love them. They have a halter on, a training bridle on under that, and the bridle on over top everything. This is probably the worst torture device of them all, the bridle. This thing has a huge-ass bit that is so damn tight it stretches their lips back. Even worse, there's a super thin bit called an overcheck that is shoved up over the main bit and attaches to a piece on top of the nose. This piece runs from the nose to the back of the head. Not only is the horse getting pressure from the bottom bit pulling down and back, it is also getting immense pressure from the overcheck bit pulling up into the roof of the mouth. Ouch! And these people are all, "Pull on it, you ain't gonna hurt 'em." Yeah, what a load of crap. Then the horses are made to stand tied in their stalls with all this equipment on until the drivers come get them. They are hooked up to the cart, made to run some laps, then come back to be unharnessed. From there, they get hosed off and put right back in their stalls, where they get to do it all over again the next day, and the day after that, and the day after that. It's like a frickin' assembly line of horses going and coming. A pit crew. And it all happens so fast the poor horses barely have any time to process what is happening. To give you an idea of the speed things are happening, stalls are cleaned at about 6 a.m., and about 20 horses have gone through the entire process by 1 p.m. Think about your 8-hour workday. While you've been at work, 20 horses have been harnessed, driven, unharnessed, bathed, and put back in their stalls. There is some brushing in the afternoons, but for the most part, their human contact is pretty unpleasant. Honestly, most of them don't even enjoy being brushed at all. Furthermore, a lot of the horses develop habits like pawing and cribbing. Some even start biting. You'll be walking by a stall and all of a sudden, a horse head will pop over and try to snatch your sleeve. Keep in mind, these are all 2 to 3-year-olds. They're babies. Let me repeat that. They're babies. And they get shouted down, shoved, yanked around, and corrected when displaying these behaviors, despite it being their only way to cope with the stress and abuse. This breaks my heart. How can anyone think this is okay? Oh, they get the best vet care and the most expensive feed. Their owners love them. No, none of what they are doing is to benefit the horse. It's all to please the stupid, selfish humans. I look at my horse Castle and am so grateful I've been able to give him such a good life. He has a field to run and play in, we give him positive interactions which makes him happy to see us. He's able to roll in the grass, dirt, mud, and leaves. He can sun himself, or stand in the pouring rain, just because. I can't imagine ever robbing him of the ability to simply be a horse. Do I ask him to work? Sure. But I don't have to shove a bunch of metal in his mouth to force him into compliance through pain. We go for leisurely rides, and if he's not into it one day, I don't make a big deal out of it. He deserves to have a say in his life. These poor babies are in dark boxes all the time, save for when they are being worked outside for the short little stint, and it's not like they're having any fun. Eventually they will not be able to race anymore, and they will be retired. Those are the lucky ones. There are an insane amount of deaths in this industry. I will link some resources in the description. Standardbreds, the ones used for harness racing, are typically luckier than thoroughbreds, the ones who are backed. In either case, horses end up with stress fractures, joint issues, growth deformities, and behavioral problems. Their careers are short, usually ending between the ages of 5 and 7. If this doesn't sicken you, there's something seriously wrong with your moral compass. But horses love to run. They're born to run. They love racing. So many people drank the Kool-Aid and believe these mantras. Horses naturally run, yes, but they don't race for fun. They race for us. It's not enough to turn a blind eye, to know this kind of cruelty happens, but go on letting it because what am I supposed to do about it? You make your voice heard. Just because this garbage is accepted by most doesn't make it right, and it doesn't mean it will always stay that way. We can demand change. It can be as simple as signing a petition, like the one I have linked in the description. Spread the word. Slowly things are changing in the horse world. More people are going bitless and abandoning the ways of the Old West. I will never stop advocating for our animal counterparts. Y'all know I ain't vegan. I will gladly eat that chicken sandwich. However, I wholeheartedly believe no animal should have to suffer. We have a long way to go to make right the wrongs we've done to those we share our world with. So do something. Anything. Even if you think it won't make a difference. Change is an uphill struggle, but it has to start somewhere. If you want an example of a true horseman who always does right by the horse, check out the channel Think Like a Horse. Rick has a plethora of educational videos demonstrating how to earn a partnership with your horse without using fear or pain tactics. And he doesn't tiptoe around either. You just have to put your pride in the back seat to hear what he has to say. That's it for now. This is ACO Twiggy calling 1042. Until next time.